Right, it's Friday, the day before the grand, eventful opening of our Butler store. So I went shopping today. There weren't really a lot of sales. I just went for a little bit of stuff, and I spent $77. 77. Two lucky numbers: 77, 7 and 7, on the stuff that you see in front of you. Is there like a spider in there? No, it's lint. There's something like moving around. That was a crazy spider. Okay, so I spent $77 on the stuff that you see here. I'm a little bit mentally exhausted. We've been getting ourselves together and getting hyped up for the grand opening, and it's going to be fun. We're going to have a DeLorean there, and someone's going to be dressed up as Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And that actually, I bought this t-shirt, and I don't know. I'm just going to give it to him. It's really goofy. Back to a Future Without Parkinson's 30, I guess it's the 30th anniversary of the movie. There's the DeLorean, and it had something to do with Team Fox, and they were supporting it. It was Parkinson's research. I'm sure they'll just take it if I give it to them.
Basket?
Yes, Marie wants the basket. She needs it already, so I'm just going to walk it over and hand it to her. Okay, heading back. Oh, look, a bee likes that vase for some reason. All right, we're going to have the grand opening event. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody should come. All right, $77. Oh, and it starts at 12, I think, and I think we're going to go to like 8-ish, 9, something. All right, $77. Doesn't really matter what I got. I did look at games today, but I didn't buy any. And if you go to the Scummy Resellers and you see what people were asking, you'll see why. A lady had a PS2 with a couple of memory cards, like bare bones. And I was like, hey, how much you want for it? And she was like, I don't know. I remember paying $350 for it, which I don't believe. And I said, well, yeah, you probably paid a lot when you got it. But I said, now I generally see them for maybe $20, and it didn't have any parts or so. And she was like, oh, I don't think I'll let it part for that. I'm like, okay, fine. Obviously untested. And she also had a PS4, but she had 100, and it had 2 controllers. But I don't think I can double my money on it. I would have had to check what the hard drive was. So I just like, you know what, forget it. Oh, and I also saw a Sega Genesis for $20, bare bones. So that's why I didn't buy any video games today. $20. I'll just do jewelry quick. The jewelry we got was purchased at 2 sales. This is nice, and it's very antique-y, and Maurice had said that it said something like 835. Let me see if I can, on the clasp. It's got a heavy, strong clasp. She paid $20 for this. Yeah, there it is. Why is that not in focus? There you go, 835. It was like weird. It was in focus until I tried to focus it, and then it went out of focus. It's a heavy chain for what you see. It's solid. It's not puffy or anything like that. And the rose designs are well cast and very lovely. And here's what the back looks like. It's definitely an older piece. So she paid $20. I don't know what she thinks she's going to get for it online. I imagine at the very least $75. This is a newer cameo ring, but she liked it. It was $5. There's the back. See, it's definitely just a newer design. Oh, and these cufflinks, they're sterling, but they're Wedgwood. They're Jasper, and it looks like Caesar. And I don't know, maybe that's Brutus. Beats the hell out of me. Maybe it's not Caesar.
No, Caesar would have had olive leaves around his head.
No, well, this guy has leaves around his head.
Huh?
This guy has leaves around his head, I think. Think so. Marie's not sure if it's Caesar, but it's 2 Romanesque individuals, and the only
no, they're not, because they have their hair in the ponytail in the back.
Oh, so then it's like probably English. Yeah, you know, it would make sense of English.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
They're from England.
If anybody knows, but here on the back, you might be able to see. She's the one that told me at first she thought it was Caesar. Make me look dumb in the video. What's that say? That says, does that say, looks like 610 and silver raw. I don't know what the hell that says. Just like weird. It should be marked sterling or silver or something. And underneath the shank of the coupling, you can see silver something. You can see, oops, dropped it. Yeah, if I cracked it, gee, the crack in my skull. All right, moving on. That's the jewelry we got. She paid $5 for these. I imagine they're going to be in the $30 or so range. Bought this at a friend's sale. At first she said 20, so I was like, oh, right. I said, look, if this has to sell for like $50 if I'm gonna pay 20. So I said, look, I'm gonna go check it. If it's worth $50, I'll buy it. So anyway, it was worth like 35, 40 at most, but more like 35. So I said, look, it sells for like 35. So she was like 15. I said 12, and then she gave me a little bundle deal, so it worked out to 12. It was fine. This, I don't know. This is an older Stetson. You know, older colognes smell different, and people like them. It is a cologne. It has an unusual top, like a little. So it's kind of like a splash. It's relatively full. It's probably full. So this was part of. I paid $35 for these 3 pieces. I don't know. For some reason in my head I thought this was Blanco, but it's definitely a nice quality piece of glass. Mid-century modern. Good cosmetic condition. At least I did not see any damage in there. But it's totally mid-century modern. So I paid $35, figuring I paid like 20 for this and 15 for that. I'm going to figure it out because I saw it and I kind of know what it is. I can't remember everything all the time. This is the first time I've seen this piece on like sold eBay or whatever. I've never possessed this particular piece. I don't think it's Murano. I think it's Blanco-ish or Scandinavian. So moving on. I bought another t-shirt. I think this is a nice old t-shirt because of single stitch right there. So I'm assuming it's 90s. That's what everybody says. The single stitch are the old ones. And this is just a nice vintagey Salem sportswear. Extra large, so it's a good size Dallas Cowboys t-shirt. There it is, in focus. Not the last thing, but this is also sports related. I don't know. Let me see if I can clean that off a little bit later. But it's actually in pretty good condition. It's and I'm actually making it dirty by putting it on the saber. It's obviously a Yankees starter. No, I'm sorry, it's Majestic. Vintagey, I'm assuming. Made in Korea. I don't know. But it's very nice and clean, and it was only $4. I put it on the table, now it's got all dust and crap. I'm just going to put this in the store. I'm going to probably put that in the store. I paid $2 for that. Oh, the lady was funny, right? Everything that I bought from her, I bought this, and then Marie bought some other stuff. It came to $21. So I was like, hey, would you take 20? And the lady's like, why? It's only $1. So I said, okay, I hear you. I said, listen, it's my job to try and get it a little bit cheaper. It's your job to say yes or no. So I diffused the situation. And, the stuff I got from her came to 21 because of these paintings. These are just nice, kind of 70-ish, 60, 70-ish. I don't believe they're much older than that, just by looking at the frame. And actually, I don't like the frames. I'm going to take the frames off of these, and then I'm going to take the wires and just, or I'll get those little, but I think I'm going to take these to the store. I'll check the artist, but I'm assuming that it's like, these are kind of nice, colorful, abstract-ish, generic, European, Italy or Spain type paintings. I'm assuming Italy. You know, this one's signed Laval. You know, I think if I go on eBay and look these up, they'll probably be worth less than 100. So I think if once I pop these out of the frame, like one of the reasons one of the frames is screwed on the bottom. I think it's this one. Once I pop these out of the frame, I imagine I will get no less than 20. Here it is. It's screwed up. I'll get no less than 20, maybe $35. But people like these colorful paintings from that era, and they like the European feel to them. And I'll just hang them out I'll hang them up without frames. The frames suck anyway. All right, that's everything I got today. Go to the Scummy Resellers if you want to see kind of how I shopped and what I was looking at. Come hang out tomorrow at the Butler store, 178 Main Street. You're going to have a good time, because I'm going to have a good time. I plan to. And like I said, like my Facebook page. It's in the link. And otherwise, I guess I'm out of here. Talk to you tomorrow sometime, probably after the event. I get to see the video, and I'll just post a lot of highlights of some of the funness, you know. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.